Welcome, 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 welcome. So just sitting up here listening to some Phil Collins, getting ready to go live. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Absolutely awesome, 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 awesome. So we're going to talk about some advertising, a little bit of Tech Tuesday here for you to enjoy. Going to get into one of my most favorite topics, things I love to talk about is advertising and marketing. Truly enjoy sharing that information with my peeps, with my followers. So if you ever considered doing any types of advertising, I'm going to talk about 3 tools that are required, and I don't own the rights to that music. So Facebook, I probably should, but Phil Collins is a much better artist than I am, so I'll let him keep it. So truly appreciate you. If this is the first time joining me, make sure you tell me what part of the country you're chiming in from. If you've been here before, make sure you say hello, hello, hello. We're still, I haven't got into really super cold weather. I think we got up to just about 50 today. It's a little bit cooled off a little bit this evening, but it's pretty mild here in St. Louis. So excited about that. So I'm going to jump into this. Don't want to keep you long. I know it's a little bit late for a Tuesday. Excited to got some coaching calls tomorrow morning. Going to get up and do those. Excited about that. Rolling into Christmas. Got our tickets for Wonder Woman to go see Wonder Woman at the theater on Christmas afternoon. So get to go do that. Hang out with my daughter and her boyfriend. So that's going to be really cool. Exciting to be able to do that. So talking about advertising, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed online. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. So there's some things. If you're planning on advertising, right, there's a lot of ways to generate leads. Did you just turn off my heat? You want it back on? All right, I'm fine. I'm good. I was actually going to turn on my fan. There are several different ways to generate business, generate leads. I got it, babe. I'm good. Okay. To generate leads in business online. And some of those things, of course, can include good old-fashioned just prospecting, good old-fashioned marketing. I'm actually learning TikTok, which is something, another way to generate leads on social media. Of course, is getting people in front of information. It's creating relationships, all that kind of online stuff. That's very important if you're going to build a big brand. People truly need to know, like you, and trust you. Now, in the MLM side of things, there's an old philosophy going around that the old school is like people have to know you, like you, and trust you before you can ask them to join your business. To me, that's a little bit shady. And that can be 2 sides of that coin. There might be somebody that just follows you because you show up every day and decide to join your business, which is great, which is fine because they're watching you. But on the other side is you got to think about this. There's not one single person on the planet that you knew before you reached out to them and said hello. Everybody was a cold prospect. Your wife, your husband, the people at your job, your employer, everybody was a cold prospect. They were cold until you reached out and said, hey, how's it going? You didn't build up a relationship with them and then say, hey, how you doing? You didn't, they all started out cold, whether it was your best friend that you met in school, on the playground, somebody standing in the coffee line, a coworker. They were a cold prospect. You walked over and said, hi, right? So we think about when we're marketing and prospecting, a little bit different deal than running ads. Now, advertising is a whole bit different deal. So one thing that you need to understand, if you're going to advertise your business, I don't care what kind of business you have, you need to have money to burn. Light on fire, put it in a bundle, light on fire, and it's not gonna break your bank or hurt you. If you're thinking like, oh man, I got $100, I can advertise, generate some lead, and get some business. Just stop right there. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200 because you just keep your money in the bank because you're just going to light it on fire. It's going to burn. One is because you have no way to guarantee that ad is going to generate you any leads. None. You really don't. And I'll give you an example. I wrote this really cool ad copy. I put it on one of my pages. And it was more or less to see what's going to happen. If you've got money to burn, you can do a see what's happened ad. And that's what I did. I don't have money to burn, but it wasn't going to I wasn't going to not be able to pay my bills if I spent this money, right? So I spent the money. I ran the ad, and I'm thinking on most cases when I run an ad, and I always do a 2-week, a 14-day period, and I run some ads, and I think about what it says, and I try to make sure it flows and give people a call to action at the end of standard stuff and running an ad. And I'm running an ad, and I'm watching the view rate go up, but I'm not watching the lead rate go up at all. So I'm at about $8 in, and I get my first lead. I'm like, ooh, that sort of hurt. That was an expensive ad. That was an expensive lead. And as it started to transition through, the leads ended up where I got to where I ended up 4 leads, and they were about $12.50 a piece. And that was one ad. I ran another split test where the ads got up to 25 bucks a piece. And I said that ad failed. So the moral of the story there is, if you don't have money to burn, and you just don't know when you're going to be able to do that. So it's very, very important that if you are going to run an ad, that you do have money that's not going to upset your apple cart. If you think that you can spend some money on advertising and you're going to generate some leads and it's going to grow your business, trust me, I've got thousands of leads that I generated, spending thousands of dollars on advertising, and a lot of those people don't convert. And we'll talk about more about that on another live. So here are the things that you need to have in place. And I actually took some notes so I can stay on track. One is you need to be able to write really good ad copy. And if you don't know how to write really good ad copy, your ad copy can't be about your product, because people don't know what it is. Your ad copy needs to be about the solution that your product provides. So you need to understand that when you're writing ad copy, it needs to be compelling. It needs to have a headline that's going to stop the scroll, as they say. It's going to be a headline. You need to know who your target audience is that you're going to write that ad copy for. So this is still step one here. So your ad copy needs to be compelling. There's a really cool website out there. It's called Copy Blogger. You can actually go on there, and it's a really, really cool blog, and they talk about writing ads and headlines, and it's a really, really cool place. If you are going to write ads, I would suggest you go learn how to write an ad so you understand it, or you hire an agency. Again, going to cost you some money, and there's no guarantees that that you're going to sell anything, because remember, just because you think your product is cool doesn't necessarily mean people want to buy it, right? So next is, when you have your ad, you have your ad copy, and you put your ad out there and you get it up and running, and it's an ad and it starts getting clicks and people are going somewhere. You need to have a really good sales page. You need to have a really good landing page that's congruent with, of course, that ad. So when the ad says, if you want to get XYPDQ, click here, when it gets to your landing page, it needs to say, hey, if you'd like to XYZ PDQ, we've got 5 steps, da da da. If you like our free ebook, if you like a free course or whatever. So this is ad generation. So depending on what you're talking about, you're generating leads, right? We're generating leads. Typically, your ad needs to run to give somebody something free. Now, if you're hiring people, that's a completely different ad. If you're hiring like drivers or employees or some completely different type of advertising, I'm talking about a lead generation ad where you want to generate leads for your business. So maybe 10 tips on how to lose weight, and maybe your ad is something reflecting of, do you struggle with weight loss? Our simple 3-step system can help you solve that. Click here, and they click on it, and it goes to, hey, our 3-step system. And of course, you go through some systems with them. You say, if you like 10 additional tips on how to lose weight, give us your email right below, lead capture, right below, give us your email address. And now they're going into an autoresponder, you're generating leads. So the first one is, you need to have ad copy. You need to know what solution your product, nobody cares that you have ketones. Nobody cares that you have CBD oil. They don't care. They need to know what the solution is that product offers. If you can't connect with that, stop, don't pass go, don't write your ad, right? Nobody cares what it is. They care what it does. You need to figure out how to connect with what it does when you write that ad copy. So you're going to do that. The next one is a sales page. You need to have a good sales page that converts, and the sales page is the way to capture the lead. You're only going to ask for an email on that sales page. And third is a way to follow up with those leads. So you need to have a good follow-up system. And in most cases, if you're capturing emails, it needs to be a really good autoresponder, very, very well written, and it's got to be continuous, a lifetime of emails, because remember, people don't look at their email every day. Matter of fact, the average person reads an email every 13 days. So you got to remember, if you only got 10 emails written, that person's never going to see you. So you're going to put that email address in there, then you're going to put them in autoresponder for life. So you need to have a ton of emails written and ready to go out to your people that are in it. It's always going to be about providing value, provide value, provide value, provide value. So those are the 3 things you're going to need if you're going to write an ad. If you'd like some additional information on writing ads, I've got some a very cool PDF that breaks it down step by step on what you need to do. If you like that, shoot me a private message. I'll get that over to you. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you next time.